Hello and welcome back to The Buzz. I'm Matt Mansfield alongside Jeremiah Miller and Gwyn Napier for today's episode. We've got a lot to discuss. We're going to reflect on our childhoods and talk about a few of our favorite memories from back in the day, as well as look into the future and what we would like to see in our dream houses. And to wrap it all up, we're going to give our thoughts on literally anything. Stay tuned here on The Buzz. Welcome back to The Buzz. Although we're just a college TV station, all of us feel like we're getting pretty old, so it's time for us to reflect a little bit back on the glory days of our childhood. So Gwen, let's start off with you about some of your favorite memories from back in the old days.
One of my favorite memories is definitely just walking down to my grandparents' house for breakfast. They live right next to us, so it was just we would wake up Saturday morning, put sweatpants on, comfy clothes, and walk down. And my grandma always made the traditional eggs, bacon, pancakes, potatoes. So it's like 3 steps from her house, you could smell the bacon cooking. So anytime I smell bacon, like that's just what my mind goes to.
Yeah, back in my early childhood memories, some of the things that come to my mind back, especially when the Pittsburgh Pirates were doing well, a lot of my early life revolved around youth sports and going to the Pirate games in the summer. It was always a thrill. My family and I, we went to about 3-4 games a summer where they were doing really well. And that's some of my earliest memories they come back to. Like I said, my life revolved around, youth sports and everything. And so sports always had a big impact on my life and what I do today now, too. So when I think back, I think about playing with my friends, and I'm still close to now, and going to Pirate games in the summer. Matt, what about you?
I would agree with you, Jeremiah. Sports were a pretty big part of my life as well. Granted, I wasn't super good at them when I was younger. I was a wannabe athlete for the most part, so I ran cross country. I do remember I played flag football, and I don't like to brag too much, except I actually do. I was very good at flag football, 6 touchdowns my first game, not to brag, but I was an elite player back in the day. I don't remember too many of the years when the Pirates were doing well because, that was few and far between. But one of the big things for me, I remember we did Soup Tuesday. My grandpa would always make soup. We'd head over there every Tuesday, have some chicken noodle soup, have yet to have a bowl as good as the ones he used to make. And I would also load up on candy over there as well, just grab it for the pockets whenever you were getting ready to go. I like going over in the winter because, had the winter jacket on, had my, jeans on or whatever, had extra pockets to store the candy to steal for when I went home, as well as they had pop more frequently than my family did, so it was definitely a good time. I would be pretty hyperactive on those Tuesdays. But yeah, those are probably 2 of the things that stand out the most to me. Speaking of food, let's jump over to school lunches. What did you guys have? Did you pack your lunches? Did you buy? And if so, what did you guys prefer?
Well, I usually just ate school lunch, but when we'd go on field trips and stuff, my mom would buy me Lunchables, and my favorite Lunchable is definitely the nachos and cheese. And I get a lot of hate for that because everybody else is like, oh, the pizza Lunchable is the best, but I definitely think it tastes like cardboard. The crust is not it, the sauce is not it, the pepperoni is iffy. So,
no, I gotta disagree with you there. My favorite Lunchable was the pizza Lunchable, still is. I still eat it a little bit because I can't cook and I'm a college kid, so I just gotta throw that in the microwave. Yeah, I was like you, Gwen. I usually just ate school lunch. When I was in elementary school, I packed every once in a while. One weird thing that I packed, my mom, she would always make me egg sandwiches, and they'd always be cold and you could say almost like frozen at that point, right? But man, I just downed those things. I mean, look, I'm a big dude. I just downed those things, and but when I got to high school, middle school or high school, I just really I just ate the school lunch the rest of the time, just whatever they. Lunch lady just throws on the plate. That's what I just downed.
Speaking of your egg sandwiches being cold, I can remember one time I made the mistake of making ramen noodles for my lunch. And I had this little pink canteen, and it had a spork on the top, so you'd open it up. And I opened it up and they were just mush. the noodles just dissolved into the broth, and it was just mush. It was so gross.
Why would you pack ramen noodles for lunch?
Well, because I liked them as a child. Well, I still like them, and yeah.
Yeah, you gave me a weird look back. Yeah, the egg sandwiches. I don't know why, but yeah, I would have my mom.
You're asking me why I packed
Fair enough,
ramen
yeah,
noodle.
but no, I did like cold egg sandwiches, but I don't know why to this day.
So the egg sandwiches are really odd. I don't know why you would pack that. I was a big packer of lunch. I got into some in my early years, I got into some school lunch debt because I would just always forget to take money. And I feel like that was a big problem in elementary school. You'd have kids that were just like did not like you would just buy because you'd forget your lunch at home or something, and then you just run out of money in your account. And I would be like, oh yeah, like by the end of the year, I felt like I was 30. I was like trying to pay off my debt slowly. It was one of those things where I'm getting back to that experience with college loans. But yeah, that all started off early on. But yeah. For me, packing-wise, I didn't like to reheat things because the school microwaves were always like disgusting. I do remember not ever wanting to have to touch the microwave, and also I just felt awkward, especially like my freshman year of high school, having to stand up, an awkward little freshman, and standing up there and having to, in front of the whole cafeteria. It just felt weird. But one thing though for you guys before we close this, were you guys, whenever you packed sandwiches, did you leave the crust on or did you take the crust off? I want to know where you guys stand on the issue of crust on your sandwiches.
I didn't really care, so I just left the crust on. It never really bothered me. I never got why people didn't like the crust as much as they did. I just always left it on because I don't think there's a difference in taste or texture, honestly.
Well, like kindergarten through first grade and like up to fourth grade, I did not like crust at all. So I made my mom cut it off. And then fifth grade, I was like, oh, I'm a big fifth grader now. And fifth graders eat crust. So then I eat crust on my sandwiches. But now my mom like makes cute little like cookie cutter shaped sandwiches for my niece. And I'm like, I never got that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a very anti-crust person. I cannot eat it. I'm in my 20s now, and I still like to peel the crust off of my sandwiches. I don't know what you meant by it doesn't ruin the flavor of it, Jeremiah. It certainly ruins the sandwich for me whenever I have crust on it, so I have to peel the crust off. It's an inconvenience, but to get the best sandwiches, that's what I have to do. It's going to wrap it up here for talking about childhood memories, but whenever we come back, we're going to look towards the future and talk about our dream houses. We're back here on The Buzz. Currently, most of us are living in small dorms that aren't exactly our dream lifestyles, but in the future, we're going to be looking at the housing market. We're going to be looking for somewhere nicer to live, and that's whenever it comes to mind, what's your dream house? What does it consist of? So Jeremiah, let's start with you. What are some things that, let's not even talk budgets, if you just had as much money as you wanted and you could have a dream house, what are your thoughts on that? What would you want to see in that?
Oh man, nothing too crazy. Like I don't really want much. Like it would just be like a 2-story house with a basement. But the things around the house is really what I want. Like an in-ground pool. Really want an in-ground pool. I just saw I don't know. Like ever since I watched Christmas Vacation for the first time, Clark Griswold, the last family man, put the in-ground pool in. I'd love a basketball court. That's my favorite way to exercise. Just shooting some hoops. I would like a library, honestly, just like an office library. I think that'd be something cool I would like, and I know my wife would enjoy that, probably. And then for something for sure, I would like a man cave for sure. A big sports guy, like I mentioned. I think every man needs a man cave for sure. So Gwen, what about you?
Okay, well I have two very different houses. My dream house right now is just a New York penthouse, big windows, very modern. And then my dream house, which will probably never happen, is like a Victorian mansion. And I want a giant library, like one of the maze gardens. I think that'd be cool. a big kitchen, and once again, just big windows in that as well.
Yeah, you guys are being very gracious with giving a library. I just know for a fact I read one book this year in 2021, and I'm very like, oh yeah, I read enough books for the year. So I don't know if I'd want a library in my dream house just solely because that's a room I would never use. Although it would be cool to have one where you can open the bookshelf and go to a secret room. That would be pretty neat. But I mean, you guys are being very modest. I've got like a bunch of things listed down. If I had a dream house, I'm talking an indoor basketball court, could have Jeremiah over, beat him one-on-one, kind of show him who's boss a little bit, as well as backyard. I think you guys know, big fan of mini golf. I got to have the mini golf course in the backyard. There's a company that makes those as well. So if anyone has money and likes mini golf, check them out. But yeah, seriously, those are the two big things, the basketball court, the mini golf course in the backyard, as well as the home theater. I would love to have the home theater. Jeremiah mentioned watching sports down there. That would be awesome. I do like movies, big fan of movies, TV shows. Would love to just sit down, watch some of my favorite movies, some of my favorite TV shows in one of those dream houses, in one of those home theaters. A bowling alley would be another thing that would be kind of cool. I don't bowl very much, but it would be fun. I feel like I would use it frequently, or just have people over to go bowling. So what other amenities would you guys want in the house? Is there anything crazy? Now that I got the ball rolling with talking about the crazy outlandish things, is there anything you guys thought of?
Yeah, no, bowling alley would be really cool. I'm like you. I don't bowl much, but I feel like if I had it, obviously like right down the hall and like had guys over, I definitely feel I would use that. Another thing, I think a slide would be really cool. Like just in the house, like not outside, like inside, like a Burger King slides and stuff, like playground stuff. I think that'd be awesome. Like I'm a kid at heart still. That'd be so awesome to have. And just go, instead of stairs, just all slides. Obviously you'd need stairs probably though to go up, but go down, a little faster way of transition there.
After you said the tunnels, I think that'd be really cool. Just like secret tunnels, so you could be popping out everywhere and just like scaring people. Yeah. A slide would be good too. Yes, I babysitted a kid that had a slide in their house.
Really?
Yes, and I used it a lot.
Oh, I know I would.
So if let's jump over to the other side of things. Say you don't get the dream home and you end up in a tiny house. What would your thoughts be on living in a tiny house? I've actually taken a tour of a couple tiny houses out in 84. They had a setup of like 3 or 4 different tiny houses, and they are, I mean, there's a reason they're called tiny houses. I don't know if I could handle living in one because I like to have a little bit of space. Do you guys think you could do a tiny house? And if so, what would your thoughts of living in one be? Like, how cramped would you get? Do you think you could live with another person or have an animal if you lived in a tiny house even?
Yeah, I could definitely have an animal, and I'd live in a van down by the river, do my best Matt Foley impression. Yeah, I could definitely do it. Like I said, I don't need a huge mansion anyway. Like, just a 2-story house would be fine for me. But yeah, I could definitely do with a dog. Maybe another person. Have to be a pretty big van, we'll see, I don't know if I'd want to spend that much on a van just for a flood to take my house out. So, yeah, I would definitely, though, live in a van down by the river.
Well, I don't know if I could do a tiny house. I know they're big, but I'm like very claustrophobic, and I want to have a big family, so that would probably be very difficult to do. But I've seen where people turn old school buses into like campers, and I think that'd be really cool.
Living in a van down by the river.
Yeah. That's what you said. Yeah. I think that'd be really cool just to turn an old school bus into a house and travel the world. That's on my bucket list for sure. That would be really cool.
I wonder if that would be cheaper than an RV. Probably not.
No, because you'd have to do a lot of renovations, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
You have to take all the seats out, put in like a kitchen.
How many seats would you leave?
None.
You wouldn't leave any?
Well, the driver's seat, of course. But
well, I would hope. Yeah, I would hope.
But no, okay, so like there's like, you take them all out, and then you put like...
No, yeah, right. But I know, but like RVs still have like seats, not like it's more like a couch.
These are like school bus seats. Like I'm not going to have a school bus seat in my house.
I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool.
I mean,
I don't know.
I guess I could like take a few out and then like put a table in, but leave like... No, because that wouldn't work because one of the seats, unless I turned it around.
I think it'd be cool. I don't know. I'd have to like get in there and like do some home decorating if you know what I mean.
Well, if I ever do it, I'll call you up and you can help me decorate my school bus of a house.
Yeah, I'm not good at home projects, so the school bus idea would be out for me. I would have to take the RV because there's absolutely no way you could expect me to do anything productive in terms of making a house out of a school bus. I don't think I could do, any home projects. It's just hire someone. That's my take on that kind of stuff. We're going to end this segment here, but we're going to be back, and we're going to give our commentaries on literally anything that we're thinking about. Stay tuned right here on The Buzz.
Have you ever been to the Eberly Library? If not, you should, because it's great. They have books of all different genres: history, biography, fiction. Try The Evolution of Life, Life of Pi, or Jurassic Park. So what if books aren't your thing? Try movies like Frozen, or TV shows like Lost. Books and DVDs aren't the only thing though. Take a trip to the second floor. Welcome to the Writing Center. These tutors will tell you everything you need to know about writing a paper, and they'll help revise your essays. Now let's head back down. Behold, the Knox Learning Center. Need to print something out 5 minutes before your next class because you procrastinated? No problem. You can also print off pictures of dogs. Because, well, you can. So grab your homework, laptop, and textbook, and study diligently. Bring your lunch too. Actually, you can't. That's illegal. Now you know the Eberly Library. Stop by anytime. Seriously, it's open all week.
Welcome back to The Buzz. It's time for us to talk about what's on our mind. I know we all procrastinate, I know we all waste time, and we get deep into our own thoughts. So, Jeremiah, let's kick it off with you. What have you been thinking about lately?
Yeah, just one thing I noticed yesterday. How about the Beehive, getting the Lent specials in, pierogies, fish tacos, fish sandwiches, getting a lot of new specials in. That's something they haven't done in a while. They have specials now, but they're the same stuff every other week, and it's kind of getting old. And even though the Beehive's new and revamped this year, I'm kind of sick with the new food. I actually was just talking to my dad about it the other day, how I think I'm just going to pack a lunch again, bring those egg sandwiches back, Matt. But but they have the Lent specials now. I think every Wednesday now they're going to have them. But yeah, I had the pierogies yesterday. They were excellent. And they had hush puppies as well. Great tasting hush puppies too. A little hard for I like my hush puppies a little softer. But yeah, how about the Beehive revamping their menu again?
Okay, I'm just going to intercept here.
Yeah.
Do you like corn pieces in your hush puppies, or do you like them just smooth?
I don't know if I've ever had corn
Yeah,
pieces.
they're not good. I don't
No?
like it. No.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like,
that.
that kind of that came from
Yeah,
left
it's not
field.
very
I've
good.
never corn
Yeah,
corn.
little corn pieces in in hush puppies.
No. Why?
I don't know, because they're made with cornmeal.
Where did you have them?
I don't know. I think a friend's house one time. You can buy them.
Find new friends.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm a big TikTok fan. So I was scrolling through TikTok the other day, and I saw a video where you can't touch your palm to your shoulder. Now, I've been practicing, so I can a little bit, I think. But I was shocked.
I think you got it.
Yeah, I think.
I
yeah.
don't. Get me.
I think I'm better. I think I'm better with this. Yeah, I'm not as good with this
I
one yet.
can't. Oh, no.
I also saw that you can't hum while you hold your nose. It just stops. Because you lose air.
I don't think you were humming before you held your nose. I think you were just I don't know what that was, but that wasn't a hum, I don't think.
Maybe I can't hum.
I mean, I slowly stop. It's not instant.
Yeah, but you run out of breath, so you have to stop.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. Also, baby gorillas are teaching themselves how to get out of poachers' traps.
Really?
Yes, I thought that was very interesting. And also, Tostitos, the bag of Tostitos, the 2 T's are people dipping chips into cheese.
You didn't know that?
Oh, you did? No, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I did actually.
Oh. Okay. That was really sassy. I apologize.
Yeah, I did know that.
Okay.
Did you know that, Matt?
Yeah, I did actually. I took a marketing class in high school, so I kind of know all this stuff.
I did too. That's actually how I do it.
Oh, I
like
didn't
the
know that.
FedEx, they have
I know
the
the
air.
FedEx. I know the FedEx.
One really cool one, the Pittsburgh Zoo. You can't. It looks like the tree and there's birds flying around it, but it's actually a lion and a gorilla looking at each other. If you actually look closer, it's really cool. That's one of the coolest ones I saw.
Yeah, if you just go onto Google and look up some of those marketing stuff, there's some pretty cool ones. My thing, Gwen, going off of your TikTok conversation here, TikTok has gotten from really cool to really frustrating for me because it just kills my time. For as much as I don't like it, I can get sucked in for 2 to 3 hours easily on that app. I'll just sit there, keep scrolling, and I'll just find whatever videos are on. I will just continue to watch that for hours, and then I'm not getting anything else done, which is frustrating. But the other thing that frustrates me is so many people are going viral for just lip syncing videos that have already been done. It's literally I'll see the same video from 15 different people go viral, and it's nothing creative. It's just people that are doing. It's literally the same thing over and over, and it really frustrates me that I feel like TikTok has killed so many people's creativity, because so many of them are, just not doing anything different. They're just like, oh, I'll copy this video, and then it's, it goes viral. But moving on from TikTok, because I know we could talk about that, just like it sucks you in for hours, we could talk about it for hours. Anything motivationally wise, I know that we're getting to the hard part of the semester. Do you guys have any motivational quotes to kind of wrap up this show with, to give our viewers and ourselves a little bit more motivation as we head onto the dark parts of the semester?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if he necessarily said it, but I'll attribute it to him. My high school basketball coach, Jim Romanis. 3 things can happen to you every day. You either get better, you stay the same, or you get worse. And I take that with me every day, especially in this profession. There's always things to improve on. And there's never, like for me, especially, sports announcing, there's never the perfect broadcast. There's always things to improve on and everything. And what I do at every day and every class is, depends on that. I either will get better, stay the same, or get worse. And, I strive every day to get better. Hopefully stay the same and not get worse, so that's one quote I take with me every day.
My quote is, it's okay to not have it figured out yet, which is, I feel like that's good for me because I am already panicking about my plans in my career after school. I'm already looking at internships. I'm already job searching, so that's just something very stressful for me. And when I read it, I thought, this relates to me a lot.
Those are good ones. I'll go with a classic John Wooden quote, make every day your masterpiece. That one's just simple, to the point, just try and make sure each day you're putting in your best effort, kind of, making sure that each day you're utilizing it to its fullest. I know a lot of the time we do not live up to that because, procrastination, things like TikTok get in the way, distract us, but that's something to strive towards, is trying to, use each day and make it as, as good of a day, as productive as a day as possible. But thanks for the motivational quotes, guys. Thanks for the conversation, the reflections, and looking into the future. That's going to do it here for us on The Buzz. Stay tuned for the next episode here in a couple of weeks. Thanks for joining us.
This has been a production of Waynesburg Community Television.